Alright, hello and welcome. This is Warhammer with Sheeb bringing you a battle report. This is Game 3 of the Guts for Glory tournament in Edmonton, Alberta for Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. This is an amazing tournament with tons of rerolls. You can pay $5 and you can reroll a single die. There were lots of that going on and everyone was having just an enjoyable time. Now I'm playing with newcomer to Warhammer Fantasy, Mr. Trevor. Trevor has a beautifully painted Lizardmen army, and having just been lost to Lizardmen, I was looking forward to having them on my team. And he's got a completely different Lizardmen list, so pretty excited to see what he can bring. He admits he's new, but hey, I'm new, and no one takes 1 million slaves to this type of tournament and expects to do well. Over here, we're playing against none other than Matt and Matt. Matt, former, he still is Alberta's Warhammer Fantasy champion, so he's bringing his ethereal vampire counts army, and we have the new Dwarfs. So here we go. Finally got my battle report in for the Dwarfs. Turn 1, the only thing is 9 inches deployment from here, 9 inches from the center. This is our deployment zone in a giant box. We deployed and ended up finishing first. However, they managed to steal first turn, which sucks. I think you know my list, but we'll go through his list real quick. Skeletons, Spirit House, Gyrocopter. Zombies with his 2 Necromancers in there. Hammerers, Longbeards, and a Corpse Cart. Or, no, that's a Black Coach. And a Cannon. On my opponent's side, or my partner's side, Matt's got his ethereal, what are these, Hell's Riders? Ghosts. Yeah. A nuisance. These guys are a nuisance. Skinks, Saurus, Temple Guard, all my guys. Engine of the Gods with an amazing magic killer. Inside we have a River of Light, and then we have a Swamp, which you have to pass an initiative test, or you lose D6 models. That actually comes into huge effect. Alright, turn 1. Since they steal it, they have their Vanguards. His shooting takes out most of the skanks for being skirmishers. That sucks. He bounces through them, bounces through that with all his reforms, and they end up like that. Zombies move up with the magic circle. Ooh, wonder what that'll do. It doesn't do much. Cannon shoots, beautifully painted, dwarf-crafted gold cannon of awesomeness. Here's just a look at what I do. I don't want to be in the river because it's kind of freaking me out, and rats don't like water, so we march up like that. I decide I've sat back too much in this game. I'm on 2 major 20-0 losses. I got to have some fun, so I'm going to charge for once. And I have my bunker moving up like that, and the clan rats, or the slaves, face like that. Here's just a look at the board. I encourage my partner to go ahead, be a little aggressive with his Temple Guard, because you want to try and kill those Hammerers, and I think that would be a good matchup. We also have his Stegodon, which was inside here. The only magical attack that we had to kill these freaking annoying fast cav ghosts is his magic attack. However, at the end of the movement phase, you lose D6 models and he gets sucked down. So that was unfortunate. His cannon shoots off my cannon. Blurry picture, but that blurry picture is of awesomeness. I actually had a lightning cannon that landed right on top of the Hammerers and just annihilated at like strength 8 or 10. Half the unit. Poison Wind Mortar fails, can't shoot. Temple Guard hold from the Hammerers and the Longbeards and the Black Coach, which all combo charge in. It's not looking too good for that Temple Guard. And I feel bad because I was the one telling him, like, yeah, Trevor, just do it. You can take him. Your Temple Guard. Look how amazingly painted they are. Spirit House move up. These guys moving back, trying to kill my war machines, and actually managing to do it quite easily, because when you can't attack back, not much can kill you. I figured I could throw my slaves in and maybe I can get them on combat res. Problem is, slaves are so easy to kill, I can't win on combat res. I gotta throw it in something hard hitting that has high toughness that they can actually hurt. So there's the engine of the gods. We actually leave him there for the first turn. I think he survives this first one. He doesn't get thrown down into the swamp, which was actually quite funny. 2 vampires in that zombie unit and the spirit host there. This corpse cart or black coach hits like a ton of bricks because we let it get so powered up. And we have this warp lightning cannon, which gets taken out by his cannons. The temple guard break, not after taking a few of these dwarfs down, but with their armor saves and parry saves and their shield wall and their many hammer attacks and their impact hits. They were no match. So there we go. Poison Wind Mortar moves over here. Engineer jumps out because I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's going to be something. Maybe Warp Lightning Cannon. That's what I was thinking. I have a spell of Warp Lightning. I'm going to zap those ethereal riding annoyances off the map. So there we have a look at the board. We also see my slaves make a long charge into skeletons, and that's going to go just peachy. These slaves don't, but they march up. My gutter runners come in, and finally, this is like my surprise unit. I attack, and I kill the cannon. At least I think I attempt to kill the cannon. This is where the big Stegodon is removed from play because he didn't move out of the swamp, and he gets sucked down to his doom. And it was really unfortunate because Trevor was like, all right, so D6 wounds? And we were like, no, Trevor, it's D6 models. So your Stegodon goes down. So that sucked. This rat, he panics. I think he misfired or something, and he was like, screw it, I'm leaving. And he panics and flees from the closest unit. I enter the river, and don't take any dangerous terrain or anything like that, but I need to give these slaves my general's leadership, or else bad things are going to start happening. And who knows, maybe I can get banishment off and actually kill like a spirit host wandering around. Doom Rocket. This was my one saving grace. Doom Rocket was in the big clan rat bunker. It manages to go off. I kill that many zombies, over 20. But guess what he does next turn? He raises the dead. So I managed to kill off the cannon with my gutter runners. The slaves are just locked in combat with some skeletons who are actually pretty decent when you're fighting slaves. Everything's pretty decent. These guys, Hell Shredders, go in the back of the Saurus. Longbeards go in here. He's got his little skink priest who's going to try and cast some spells, but his magic missiles need to be in the front arc, and he just can't see them. And so these guys are behind our lines. I debated charging in, but I figured these guys might die pretty soon. And that's exactly what happens. These guys do a little reform, and then they raise the dead twice. And then they brought all those zombies right back up. Unfortunate. Here's this combat. Skink Priest dies to the Hammerers, who also went in there, and they break. And then everyone reforms like so, and they stare down the slaves. Now, if I were these slaves, I'd be throwing down whatever pitchfork I was carrying from a farmer's field and just run. But they don't. They charge in because why not? It's the last game of the tournament. We got to have something fun happen. Spirit House go right in front of the clan rats to say, try and charge me. And I'm no fool. I probably will. Here we go. Goes the engineer right off the table. Gutter runners advance. And the other gutter runners advance. I don't know what I'm going to do because I have no magic attacks. And my heroes have no magic weapons. Over here, we just go to show that early on, I forgot to mention, we did kill his gyrocopter. First turn. I think we killed it with the magic missile of Trevor's. There we go. Lightning cannon into there because we can. They're slaves. And it does a buttload of damage. We have some more zombies we kill. But they're actually pretty bad. And because the slaves end up fearing the zombies. So the zombies are actually pretty decent when your weapon skill 1. Fighting weapon skill 1. Managed to kill a spirit host because of combat res. He didn't do any damage or any wounds. But my general has a wound on him. Which is unfortunate. I think he got that wound from dangerous terrain charging. So there it is. There's just a long shot of the board. We have that coach, which is actually buffed up enough to become ethereal. Also, one more buff, and I think it's going to be starting to fly around here, and it's just not looking too good. At the end, I think this is pretty much the end. I reform, charge, or get charged by this coach. My slaves down here got eaten by the Hell Shredders, and not taking any wounds from the explosion of the slaves. He's going to go for my Poison Wind Mortar. The Dwarfs are careful not to enter the marsh after seeing a giant Stegodon get sucked down to the bottomless pit. Spirit Host moves into the back. I think it may or may not have did the charge, but here we go. Losing a lot of rats and my general from impact hits, overrunning. That's just a lot of points right there that they just cleaned up. And at this point, why not? Matt was also on a lot of wins, and if you can get another 20-0 with a humongous points difference, why not? All the power to him. He actually ended up taking home best general for the tournament, and his partner, the other Matt, took home best teammate. So there we go. Skeletons actually kill the slaves, who explode and kill some more of my gutter runners. And kill more of my gutter runners. I cannot believe I have got tabled the third game. After not being tabled all tournament, I got massacred again. So I might as well charge the gutter runners in. Yeah, might as well. I don't know why, but they attack. They don't catch them, but they're an inch away. They're fleeing. These guys run right through my poison wind mortar. It dies. That's funny how they can just attack just by running through it. And then they run off the game. Or run off the board, and that is the game, my friends. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Never bring slaves to a low points tournament that's partners. Definitely, this was just for fun. I'm not claiming this is competitive. I promise the next battle report I do, I will bring a tough as nails list, so just to show that I'm not some noob, and I am a channel worth watching. Thanks, guys.